Hey everybody, Nhat Pham here for Marketing Monday, where we give you tips you can use immediately. So, happy April to you everybody here. We got a new series for the month of April. It's going to be understanding the marketing matrix, okay? We came up with this because a lot of folks, I think, had confusion on what really you do in marketing, and there's some different buckets, and we're going to go into that. So real quick, the question of the day is, what do you think marketing is? What do you think marketing is? Put down in the comments below. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, so put in the comments below what you think marketing is. Love to hear from you, from your perspective, because we think there's three buckets, all right, in this marketing matrix. And in the following series, we're going to go deeper into these three topics here, as you can see the dates. All right, so let's jump right into it. It's because actually my friend, my client, my raw firm, Rob Miller, shout outs to you. He asked me, hey, what's up with marketing, or how can I better get customers and clients? And I talked about really to him three buckets, and we developed this marketing matrix so folks can understand a little bit better. And there's three buckets, and that's branding and awareness, customer acquisition, and then loyalty and advocacy. Okay, so let's go through at a high level what each of them are. All right, branding and awareness, or branding and awareness. First, what is your identity? All right, your identity is, the logo, the what is it called? The symbols and everything like that. That's the identity. Okay, what people see, and we'll go deeper dive next week on that branding awareness. The other one is also education. All right, I always say awareness is not just a recognition of your mark and name, but an understanding of it, what it is you do. Okay, understanding of what it is you do. Like Rob and Richmond Rolfing. I mean, people see all the time, yeah, Rolfing, or I see their symbol. I'm not sure what it is. So it's, again, branding is not only a recognition of your logo and your name, but an understanding of what it is you do or provide. Okay, remember that. And some of it requires the next step, which is education. Okay, education, so that people can understand. It might be as short as a 15 to 30 second video. It may be an image, whatever that is. And in order to have that true awareness, it takes repetition. Okay, y'all probably heard over and over, and I know my staff has heard it ad nauseum, that quote from the movie Joy, right? You tell somebody something once, they don't listen. 4 times, they still don't listen. It takes 9 times before they begin to listen. And so that's the awareness piece that you have to repeat over and over and over and over again. That's why you hear a McDonald's commercial all the time on the radio. You see a Coca-Cola ad continuously on TV. Next piece is customer acquisition. Now, keep in mind, you may be doing a little bit in each of these 3 phases at once, but you're focused 60-20-20, or whatever that common 50-25-25 on whatever campaign you're doing. All right. The next one, everybody tries to jump right into customer acquisition. All right. And if you don't have that brand equity, it just takes longer if you want to jump in straight into customer acquisition in your social media, definitely social media is going to take longer because it's social, right? You haven't been social yet. But there is times that'll work, and we'll talk about that in the coming weeks. But customer acquisition, how do you start getting them into the funnel, right? Now that they understand or recognize your logo, understand what it is, what you do, a lot of times you're pitching to a certain market, and sometimes there's no desire, there's no need yet. Once you get into customer acquisition, you're finding folks that desire or need your product or service, okay? Desire or need your product or service. And then you're now in the consideration mode. And sometimes it takes multiple touches. A great example is when I used to sell cars. And they're in a buying mode. They know they need a car. They want to know the car. And sometimes it takes multiple touches. And the salesperson that followed up the most wind up getting that purchase. Okay. Now you got to get them in the consideration point where they're thinking about your vehicle, your product, or your service. All right, and it takes sometimes the longer or the bigger the price tag of that product or service. Oftentimes, most of the time, the consideration phase is longer. So you have to have multiple drips. You have to have retargeting and remarketing in the online space. And we'll talk more about retargeting and remarketing. But those are little ads you see pop up all the time after you go to a website and looking at some luggage or something. You're like, you go back on Facebook and you're like, wow, there's the exact luggage that I was just looking at. All right, but they understand, great e-tailers and marketers understand that they need to show that to you again because there's a long consideration phase, particularly the higher price items. All right, and then at the end of the day, you want conversion. Okay, what a lot of folks understand in this customer acquisition phase is conversions doesn't always mean purchase. That's the ultimate conversion. That's what you obviously want. You want customers, but that first conversion may be a like or a download or give me your email to learn more. So understanding all those conversions is part of the customer acquisition phase, and we'll talk even deeper what those touches look like in the future segments in April. Okay. And then lastly, sometimes you may want to start here, okay, because you don't have a huge budget, and that's loyalty and advocacy. Loyalty and advocacy. And that's for people that's already your customers, all right? And you want them buying more frequent from you, going to your restaurant, maybe, instead of once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, or even weekly if that's your play. And if you have, say, a Vietnamese restaurant like my Bunny An or a beer establishment like he has, you want them to prefer going there than any other watering hole, okay? It's preference. Or you really want to get them to loyalty, actually. Some things you can't be loyal to. Restaurants, very difficult to, that's the only place they go, right? That's just a small percentage. But maybe brands, like I'm pretty loyal to Under Armour as far as sports gear goes, right? There's only one other brand because certain things they just don't carry. But as far as big brands goes in the sports gear, I'm pretty loyal to Under Armour. I don't ever buy Nike stuff anymore, all right? So that's loyalty. It's not just preference. It's not like, oh, it's on the rack. Oh, there's something nice or shoe. It's pretty like I only will do this. Not like if they don't have this, I'll choose something else, right? If you go to the store and all you drink is Coca-Cola, or we drink a lot of caffeine in this place. I don't know about you guys, but we drink a lot of caffeine here, and we always argue about what's the best energy drink. Me, it's Monster. I don't even drink Monster, period. It's not, if they don't have Monster, I'll drink a Red Bull or something like that. No, I only drink Monster. Okay, that's loyalty. You want to get to that, and we'll talk more about how to get to that in the last week that we have. And then ultimately, you want raving fans. You want people talking about it. You want people leaving reviews. You want to be able to have systems in place where they're sending them to you, whether it's a customer referral card, or you have a link, or people want to share it on a regular basis. They're talking about you on a regular basis. They're endorsing you. They're telling their friends at will. Not sometimes even they don't even need encouragement. They love the product so much. They're just advocates for you. Okay, so those are the 3 buckets that we'll be talking about: branding and awareness, customer acquisition, and loyalty and advocacy. So these are the 3 things you need to consider. What it is that you're trying to do when you're running a campaign, whether it's social media, whether it's a video, whether it's a commercial, whether it's a print ad, whatever the case may be. All right, these are the 3 buckets. And if you don't understand where you are in the marketing matrix, you're not going to accomplish it or be as effective in what it is you do. So, Rob, thanks for asking that, and did an awesome session. By the way, if you have a lot of pain, check out Rob Miller. He's awesome. He's my roffer. All right, what else is there? If you enjoyed this today, all right, make sure you click the link, whether it's on YouTube or in Facebook, and share it with others. If you're on Facebook, it's, I think, the button right down here, and share that to others. All right, I think this is really important, this marketing matrix, to understand, because folks confuse where you are in the process in these 3 buckets. Put it on LinkedIn, Obviously, share it on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and definitely tweet it out on Twitter and hashtag it Marketing Monday for us. We'd really appreciate it. Another thing that's coming up, we have Success Secrets, this podcast on some of the folks that have done great things and been successful in their industry. We have some great podcasts coming out. Tomorrow we're going to release Lisa Schaffner. She's going to talk a little bit about her path and her path of success, and also a little bit about Retailers for Life, national, donating organs, or not donating your organs, but after something happens to you. I don't know how to best explain it. Lisa does a great job, but that will come out. Also, we're going to have Patrick Morin talking about selling your business, how to set that up next week in the podcast series and Success Secrets. And then tomorrow we get to interview Dean Cheatham and my man Mike Chenault and how they built a very successful real estate brokerage here in Richmond, Virginia, and they're at the top of their game. So looking forward to that interview. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe to Success Secrets so you can see those podcasts coming up. Okay? All right. And then lastly, make sure you connect with me on all the social media outlets, right? On LinkedIn, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Mention me. I promise I'll follow you back. Tune in next week. We're really excited about this Marketing Matrix series. I think it's going to help a lot of businesses understand how to create campaigns a lot better. So till then, be successful and stay social. See ya.